at Brandon Theaters watching Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. So I'm gonna be honest and upfront, I really didn't care to see the movie. I saw the preview for it and I was like, but I figured, hey, let's give it a shot. It was that or Deepwater Horizon. I know Mark Wahlberg got his best. So I went with this one. I was a little impressed. I enjoyed the time travel aspect of this, and Tim Burton definitely has a theme to his movies. He's got that skull theme, you know what I'm talking about? Like Corpse Bride, Edward Scissorhands, you know, that like pale kind of death feel. Yes, some of you will say, oh, it's a ripoff of X-Men. Who cares? The story, it's simple. It's not like it's too hard to follow. You've got good guy, bad guy, and then the peculiar children that are either misunderstood or there's no room in society for them because they're different. But they have like a little safe haven and...
It's a good movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but there are a couple points where I thought that it was lacking. The way that movie started, I didn't care for it. The trailers had already told you that this place exists, how this place exists. So putting the first quarter of the movie with you going, wait, does the place really exist, doesn't really work in my opinion. It's like they're presenting a mystery that you already know the answer to, so you're really just going through the motions to find the answer. I didn't really care for that. I thought that was a little boring. Doesn't take away from the movie as a whole, it's just a little bit of a slow starter because of that.
I enjoyed Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children. It was a little bit like X-Men with time travel, and instead of Professor X, they had Mary Poppins. The story was well written. It wasn't real evident what was going to happen. It reminded me the feel of it a little bit of Crimson Pink. It has that creepiness factor to it, that gothic, and I really like that.
Who is a big fan of Tim Burton, time travel, superpowers? This guy right here. This movie definitely appealed to me. Actually really liked how it starts off pretty mysteriously. There's a definite mystery going on. You don't really know everything that's happening. That kept me engaged with the story. As it progressed, I was enjoying more and more as they revealed more of the characters.
Set pieces were great. When they do stuff that's back in time, I love the wardrobes, the look, the feel. The movie did have some cheese in it. There were kind of a couple cheesy moments, or as some would say, cliche. It's not real bothersome. It doesn't really take you away from the movie. The music, I enjoyed the music. The music popped out, it caught my attention. I'm a guy that listens to soundtracks when he drives, so I enjoyed the, like, I don't know how you explain the theme, but it was a nice theme, it was cool, I liked it. It would have been nice to have seen the kids do more with their peculiarities than what they did. I mean, there's a pretty epic climatic thing that does happen, and it doesn't not deliver, it's really good. Kind of like they did it with a couple of the kids, they kind of flushed them out, but not all the other ones. And that's where movies like this, they lose ground. You do so well with this, but then you kind of forget about those over here.
I don't feel that Samuel L. Jackson was a good pick for this role. I feel that he kind of phoned it in. His character didn't feel in depth at all. It felt very one-dimensional, which was sad because with everything going on and all of the different supernatural layers of everything going on, he should have been a deep, cool character. But the way that he presented himself was just kind of like a mustache twirling bad guy, which I didn't care for. Now on the positive side of things, I absolutely loved all the good guy characters. Miss Peregrine was great. Eva Green, I'm a huge fan of her. Not only is she a fantastic actress, but she's absolutely gorgeous. I enjoyed all the actors and actresses they chose to play all the children. Although you don't get a huge backstory of these children, you get enough of their personality where you're invested in them. And by the time action starts to happen, you really want them to succeed, and you're on the edge of your seat hoping for them and wishing for them.
Judi Dench was really good in this. She's one of my favorites, so always a pleasure to see her. Samuel L. Jackson was also in this, and I did not, usually I like him, and this one I felt like his acting was a little forced, so that part wasn't as great. The production values were beautiful. It was visually stunning. The costuming was wonderful. When you go into the past, it's a really great looking world, and I like the whole concept of this story, and I'm thinking about I'll probably go and read the novels now.
Eva Green as Miss Peregrine, just perfect. I thought the character was really interesting. I thought her portrayal was really amazing. I liked her in the other movies that I've seen her in. Asa Butterfield is the star of the movie. He doesn't necessarily stand out, but he keeps it moving along really well. You're invested in him and his dilemmas, following the mystery that he follows. Really gorgeous to look at. There was some beautiful scenic design. The set pieces are incredible. There are some really beautiful moments in the film. You definitely felt like you were there, and with the 3D, you could feel a little more like you were there.
All in all, I'm happy I saw the movie. I did enjoy it. I might go see it again, probably not in 3D. Unfortunately, the 3D for me didn't really do much of anything. So with all that said, I'm gonna give the movie a solid 8. I felt some of the cheese was kind of and the lack of really fleshing out all the other kids and using their powers. But 8, it's good. Like I said, I was a skeptic, didn't really care to see it, and I liked it.
I feel that they had a couple ways they could have ended this movie. Obviously, they ended it the way the book ended it, so this credit goes to the book. But by not taking the easy road, they did it a great service. You gain more of this ending as what it could have been. Now, you're not going to know what that means until you see the movie, but since I highly suggest seeing this movie, when you get to the end of the movie, you can go, I know exactly what he meant. I give this movie a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I feel it was very intriguing. And although the beginning started out really slow and kind of unnecessary, I feel that once it picked up and started going, it doesn't let go. It just keeps going and going, and you're learning more and you're learning more as you go along, and then more action is happening and the stakes get rose.
I would give this one a 9. If you're into fantasy movies and like a little bit of creepiness and a little bit of thrill factor, that you'll probably enjoy this.
So if you're a Tim Burton fan, I think that you definitely need to see this movie. It's super enjoyable. Probably the only downside for me was Samuel L. Jackson definitely was chewing the scenery in this film, almost literally. All that being said and done, it's a solid 8 out of 10 for me. I would recommend it to anyone who's a fan of X-Men, Tim Burton, time travel, period pieces, good acting, amazing set design. So if you like those things, definitely want to check this one out.
Go ahead and favorite this video by hitting that subscribe button. You'll get more reviews like this every week, plus unboxing videos and other shenanigans that we do. And remember, you heard it here, not the source. If you can tell me what the prophet of truth is, I'll be impressed.